You just finished buying a ticket. It's $199. Well, at the end, that really doesn't exist. That price was just an entry point. And why? Well, because by the time you actually sit down on that plane, you paid way more than that first $199. Don't believe me? Look at your receipt from the last time you traveled. And let's take a moment and let's sip on that. This episode is brought to you by North Star. Now let's run with a deeper lens. Let's break it down. The $199 isn't a price. Well, it started that way. It's a psychological anchor. That's the basis. When you see that number, your brain, well, usually locks it in. Most do. And you've already decided you're going. Done. Committed. You've already pictured yourself at the destination. Well done. Now, the airlines, well, they know this. And the airline knows that once you're in, you stop being a shopper and you start being a passenger. Interesting. And passengers are captive. Let's break that down for you. Well, because when the flight starts at $199, you're actually looking at the shell of the price. First, you hit the base fare. On that $199 ticket, the airline might only be keeping about $140 of that for the actual flight. Where does the rest go? Well, let's look at it. This is the first layer, the menu, the one you actually didn't order with the hidden ingredients, the invisible partners. Yes, the taxes and the fees before you even pick a seat. And the airport have taken their cut. Yes, they have. Federal excise tax, 7.5%. That's about $11 on that ticket right off the top. Segment tax, $5.30 every time those wheels leave the ground. Yes, we're not done yet. September 11th, security fee, $5.60 per one-way trip, warranted. Passenger facility charges, PFCs, up to $4.50 per airport to pay to the terminal you're standing in. Suddenly, $199 has gone up by 30, maybe 50 in pass-through costs before the airline even looks at a profit. That's the first layer. Now the next layer is optional. Well, it's the optional essentials that generate mass profit for airlines. Now the airline starts building the house back up. That was the shell, the $199. Start there. This is where the real money and the deep profits begin, and the extras is projected to hit over $145 billion globally this year. That is crazy. That's nearly 14% of all airline revenue is made up of optional extras. It's the carry-on bag from $35 to $60. The checked bag from $40 to $70. The seat selection. This is crazy. We're not even going to talk about that. I hate the seat selection. Wi-Fi and snacks, another $20 and $30. It used to be free. Crazy. And if you want the old school experience, well, a bag, a seat, and a snack was all included in your $199. Now it just jumped from $199 to $320. Let's get to the third layer, the inventory game, the fare bucket. Let's break it down. Airlines don't price by distance. They price by intent. Now you know, on a $150 seat plane, only a tiny bucket of seats is ever sold at $199. Once those 10 or 20 seats are gone, the system automatically clicks over to the next bucket. Yeah, the next price point. Probably $249, then $325. Yeah, we don't know. That's their math. And by the time the business traveler books 3 days before the flight, yep, they're paying $800 for that exact same flight somebody paid $199 for. Same seat, same fuel, same destination. $199 passenger isn't the customer. They're the filler. They ensure the plane is heavy enough to justify the flight. Well, the higher tier buckets provide the actual profit margin. Airlines aren't maximizing the number of people. No, not on the aircraft, not at all. They are maximizing total revenue per flight per person. The aircraft is priced by total revenue, all in, not by total passengers. Not feasible. This is called price segmentation. Price segmentation. It's different. Passengers have different priorities. Some prioritize price. We know that. Some prioritize comfort. Class 1, anybody? I'm in. The airline, well, the airline structures the aircraft to capture all of them. And I'm grateful for that, except for when I got to pay for minimum access to maximum experience. They've got that down, and they'll charge you for every penny of it. All on the same flight. Surprise, hey? The aircraft itself, well, hasn't changed dramatically. Not at all. The physics, well, they're the same. The fuel, it burns the same, costs a lot more. They can't control that. But the pricing model, yeah, that has completely evolved. Yeah, flying became cheaper. No, it didn't. It became modular. That's the truth. It became layered. Now we're getting to it. It became structured. It's optimized. Wow. That $199 was never the full price. It was just the first step, not the final one. Not at all. Because modern air travel isn't sold as a complete product anymore. No, it's not. It's sold as tiers, access, comfort, and is expanded through fees, and it's layered with taxes, hidden fees, and charges, segmented by tiers, and completed only at the end when you finally find yourself back at your destination, the one you started at. Not when you see the price at the beginning, but when you pay it in the end. That, my friends, is another wider lens take from DNA. In the meantime, please keep your coffee warm. We will see you next Sunday at 10 a.m. Cheers.